hello, what is up? This is your buddy Alert Wolf here to tell you I'm here today to give you another Transformers Prime review. This time it's going to be of Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Episode 13, Deadlock. This is it, the last episode of Transformers Prime. However, I'll give you some hope at the end there. Alright, real fast, just to let you guys know where I've been. Like I said in one of my other videos, and a couple of other videos actually, you know, I had a new job that has been demanding. I mean, last week I worked 53 hours, and it does give me weekends free, but the last 2 weekends I've been car shopping. However, I'm proud to say I finally bought a car. I got a 2013 Hyundai Elantra GT. It's in white. It's a beautiful car. Got some rims on it. Great. But basically, that's what delayed me. But so I'm doing well on my personal, on my YouTube life. I finally reached 100 subscribers. So yes. So that means I will eventually later this week do a anime redux. My first episode. It's going to be a thank you to you guys. So stay tuned for it. Now let me jump. Oh, and let me say this. I am catching up on all my other shows. Obviously, this is the last Transformers Prime review I'm going to do, but I'm doing them in order, and they're coming out as we speak. So, Transformers Prime, let me just get into this episode. This, hands down, this episode is a 5 out of 5. I'm telling you at the beginning, folks, it's that good. So let me get right onto it. This is the final battle between the Autobots and the Decepticons. The prize, the Earth, the Omega Lock. It is all about to hit the fan. The Autobots arrive on the ship. They storm the castle to take it. But Megatron has his Dark Star Saber, which gives Smokescreen the idea that he should go get something to make things even. Now, while he has the Dark Star Saber, Megatron has been winning the fight against Optimus. They all get stuck into different fights. The humans were left behind. You have Ratchet versus Shockwave. You have Soundwave getting the Wreckers out of there, using his teleportation trickery. You have the rest of the Stealth Squad versus Starscream and his Armada. And then this is where things start to get good. They need to go on the bridge and shut things down. So they send Miko and Jack over. Miko's in her armor, Jack is Jack, and they have a plan. And the plan is very good. They trap Soundwave in the Shadow Zone by opening up 2 portals. While he had one portal open, they opened up another, and he got sucked into that negative zone, or the Shadow Zone, which I find awesome. So Shockwave's not dead, but he might as well be. Then again, he's a genius, so you never know. He might find a way out of there eventually. Meanwhile, the battle between Optimus and Megatron is epic as ever. He clips Optimus's wings, knocks out his gun. Things are going crazy. When Smokescreen gets there with the sword, he gets knocked out, but he passes the sword to Bumblebee. Bumblebee tries to make it to Optimus. They're fighting on top of the Omega Lock. And, you know, as he's falling like this to give it, Megatron starts shooting him, and he hits him like 3 or 4 times with his right. As you can see there, that is my man Bumblebee. Now I'm gonna just say this. Bumblebee is my MVP of this episode. When this moment happened, I was nearly in tears. I was like, Bumblebee. They made it epic. It felt like a motion picture. You saw the slaying of a hero, because this is the last episode, so you assume anybody can die. And I did not see Bumblebee coming, and I was like, no, you know, it was touching, sad. They captured this moment brilliantly. One of the best deaths I've ever seen of a tragic hero. and he falls, and the sword falls, and Optimus, you know, gets motivated. He gets the sword. They fight back, and it's a big, big battle. But in the end, Optimus doesn't get the better or upper hand of Megatron. This is his show. And just then, and just when all hope seems lost, Optimus is gonna fall to his demise because he doesn't have his jetpack and got kind of injured. Out of nowhere, you see Megatron just looking down. He's just been impaled by the Star Saber. How? Who? Bumblebee impales Megatron. Starscream is like, no. Now it's the Decepticons' turn. Master, no. And that had to be one of the most epic things ever. It was so good because they gave us that commercial break, and he's like, take this, and you heard a familiar voice be like, haha, take this, Megatron. And it's funny, he's such a familiar voice that in my head, but I couldn't place him. You know what I mean? That I'm in my head, I'm like, which Autobot said that? Right? Who said that? That voice is familiar to me, but I don't recognize it from the show. And it was throwing me off. And then it was Bumblebee's voice, we find out. And then it still bothered me. And I'm like, who's voicing Bumblebee? And then it occurs to me, for those of you who are fans of Batman Beyond and even Boy Meets World, that is the voice actor. The guy who played Terry, the guy who played the older brother in Boy Meets World, I forget his name. You guys are going to kill me for this. But he voiced Bumblebee. And Bumblebee's personality was a little different than I expected, but he was upbeat. He kills Megatron, stabbed him right in the black heart, and sent him flying. The Decepticons are forced to retreat and leave. The day is won. The Autobots won. And so now they're going to say goodbye to their human friends. They talk about starting an agency with human agents. Miko and Jack should be perfect for the role. And obviously, his mom is like, I'm waiting until you turn 18. And so we get that fulfillment. They also mentioned that they haven't, even though they use the stabilized synthetic energon for the process, only Shockwave knows. Basically, Ratchet knows half of the formula, and Shockwave knows the other half. And so there's still no close of replicating it without the others. So, but we go further with this because it's decided that they're gonna go back to Cybertron and redo the world. Now, Ratchet decides to stay behind and help the humans. And it's a complete turnaround because he's a grumpy dude, but in reality he does, and you saw that especially throughout this two-parter there, that's where his heart is now, and he realizes that, so that's an awesome fulfillment of his character. His character growth, it's reached where it was supposed to be. So you have the remaining Decepticons in a small little pod or something floating in space, I guess. You have the Autobots going to Cybertron. There's not enough cyber matter left, so what they do is, and by the way, the cyber matter is what fixed and saved Bumblebee and gave him back his voice. And that is, they're going to blast the core of Primus, which is the core of Cybertron, back to life. And they do, and it reflourishes the world. There's a scene where Knockout was still on the ship. He's like, what? I switched sides, joined the winning team, and they kind of punched him off the edge there. But, he's still around. And Predaking, he keeps going. He flies away. Because I thought it was stupid to assume he died from the previous episode. So he's on the world. And basically that's how the episode ends. That's how the show ends. With them looking to the new horizon and rebuilding of Cybertron. Now, what did again, 5 out of 5. My episode MVP is Bumblebee. Bumblebee for the fucking win, yo. That was incredible with Bumblebee. So, that's why he's right there. That's why my thumbnail is going to be of him killing Megatron. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. The show in a whole has to be hands down, start to finish, one of the best Transformers, arguably the best Transformer show of all time. Arguably, with Generation 1 and Beast Wars. That's all I gotta say about that. It's up there. Start to finish, 5 out of 5, an amazing series. Now, in case you guys are sad, because this season was kind of short, and you're thinking, hopefully they'll do a 4th season. There is no plans for a 4th season. It was always planned for a 3 season. However, they know we want more Transformers Prime. There is some good news. It's an update. I'm glad I waited a week. They're doing Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacon Rising. It is a full-length 90-minute motion picture in which the lifeless husk of Megatron gets taken over by what's left of Unicron somehow, and he goes back to Cybertron to destroy it, and the Autobots, and that's where the Autobots, the Decepticons, and the Predacons form some sort of alliance to fight their mutual foe. After all, they're all sons of Primus, right? So there it is. There you go. That is some bonus stuff. It's due out, I believe, October 1st on Blu-ray and the 8th on DVD. So sometime in October, I will be back and bring you the movie review. But for right now, that's all Transformers we have. And I don't know if they're going to do another sequel show to this. Honestly, I wish this show would keep going. But you guys out there, it has been a pleasure reviewing this last season and half the season before that of Transformers Prime. This is one of the first shows I started my channel with and for, and it has been a pleasure bringing you reviews. So with that being said, click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and if you haven't subscribed already, and thank you to the subscribers that do, please subscribe if you can. And this is Alert Wolf signing off.